Hello, I'm Mark Taylor, the owner of Cariboo restaurant in Vancouver. I'm going to talk to you today about wines to drink with game meats. So the reason the traditional way we drink red wine with meat, the reason that works, of course it tastes good, is because of the tannins in the red wine and the protein in the meat. There's a chemical reaction between protein and tannin, which helps to soften the tannins in the wine, and it enriches the flavor in the meat. So simply, that's why that works. With game meats, there is a slight range, and some of them are quite a bit stronger, and some of the farmed ones are a little lighter flavored. So again, if you know that in advance, you can try to choose a wine, Pinot Noir, for example, or even an easygoing Merlot to have with the milder tasting ones, and a big wine like a Cabernet or even a Malbec from Argentina to have with the full-bodied meats.
All right, welcome back to City Cooks. Mark Hills here from Hills Foods, and you agree, yes, that's the way to go.
Yes, he's right on the money.
Okay.
It's, to me, it's whatever's first on the shelf, off the shelf.
Okay, so you're not quite as scientific as that then, are you? Mark, let's very quickly take a look at the dish that we had just made. That's how you finished it all off there. Anything you want to tell us about in particular that you did?
Well, it's a traditional style of a Benny, except you're using Mipkazola instead. And we sauteed a little of the julienne Mipkazola just to put on top as a garnish, more or less.
Yummy.
And traditional hollandaise. Nothing really complicated. Well,
I like that.
Got to have your hollandaise.
You absolutely do. Okay, so what's this? Now we're going also traditional, sort of, but we're making hamburgers.
Yes.
But what do we have in here?
Well, what we've got in here is a combination of buffalo, kangaroo, ostrich, and venison. So we're just blending the four.
Is that like your hamburger mix?
That's typically, we're always looking for new flavors, different flavors. Right. And you could do each one individually. You don't have to blend it.
Does it taste better if you blend it?
It has a different flavor profile. And
what does that mean exactly? Is that better or is that just different?
It's different. Is it better? Well, it just depends on your own
palate,
how you're going to appreciate it.
So we got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it excites the crowd. They say, oh, we're having all that together, and it gets them all going. They like that.
That's true. That's great cocktail conversation.
Oh, yeah.
You tell people that's what you're grilling.
Yeah.
Do you want me to mix this up here?
If you could. You're going to have to get your fingers in there.
I don't mind. So, sorry, tell me again, how many we've got in here? What do we got?
Okay, you've got about 8 ounces of buffalo, venison, ostrich, and kangaroo.
Okay.
Did I say kangaroo?
I think you said kangaroo, didn't you?
I think I did.
Why is that not?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
The point is that you can use any combination or any one of the above.
Okay.
And you're going to mix in some garlic.
You're going to have to put that in there, okay.
And a little minced onion.
Okay.
And some ketchup. And
it's nice to see that no matter what you're putting in, what kind of meat you're using, you're still putting ketchup in there. That's good.
It's organic ketchup.
Of course it is.
And a little bit of relish. It could be, we talked about Dijon mustard. It really, whatever your traditional.
I've never put relish in my hamburger before.
Oh, well, it's something we've always done.
That looks good.
But what it does is add some moisture, because when you're cooking with game, a game burger is going to be typically drier. Now, we could have added some wild boar fat or even an organic pork fat. Well, just to make it more moist.
Why would we do that?
Because when you're cooking the patty, which I should get that...
I got to tell you, Mark, I really would love to come over to your house one day.
Well, that can be arranged.
Can it be arranged?
Not a problem.
First, I'd have to go through all your cupboards, and I want to see what you have in your freezer, because I'm fascinated by this process. And how do you decide, which, out of the game meats that you're talking about, which ones are the driest? Which ones do you really have to worry about?
Well, ostrich is very, very lean. Kangaroo is very lean. Caribou is exceptionally lean. Those are probably the top 3. If you want a high protein diet, those are the 3 that I would shoot for.
Okay.
Even buffalo, the way that they're raising it these days, tends to have a little more fat than it
Hey, my grocery store sells bison.
Oh, it's everywhere now.
It is everywhere now, right? And there's probably benefits to choosing it as well, but we should probably get going here. What do I have to do?
Well, you've got to form that into a patty.
How big?
Now, we didn't season it either, but we'll just get a little bit.
Season.
Yeah, we'll do that after.
Is that all right?
Yeah, well, what you want to do, this is
you show me how to do
this. Something that one of my pet peeves when people are making burgers. It's important that you form it. You've got to be the burger. You've got to feel the thickness of the burger.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Look it. You've got it, but keep turning it like this.
Oh, I see. So that I
You're
hate those cracked edges on a burger,
the same thickness all around, so you get a nice even finish to it.
How am I doing?
That's good. That's good.
No, not quite good. Oh, it's about like yours, huh?
Yeah, that's good. We can
that
put
right?
it right in the pan.
Yeah, go ahead.
There you go.
Nice sizzle.
And I
Okay,
put
so
a little
what are
oil
the-
in there. This is a little organic olive oil.
Now that we have this in there, and I can talk to you about this, what are the benefits to, say, choosing, like if some people see bison at their grocery store, why should they choose that?
Well, as opposed to conventional beef, it's something that is, how should I say, more beneficial for the environment, but just from a nutritional standpoint.
Why is it more beneficial to the environment?
Just the way that the animals are raised.
Yeah.
Traditional grass, out
Right.
free ranging.
You can't really corral a bunch of
Well, you
bison.
can, and there are people that are actually grain finishing bison now because
Yeah.
they feel that the demand in the marketplace is for
great enough.
more marbled meat. And we tend to try and push grass-fed as opposed to grain-finished buffalo.
Because then you know that it's nice open spaces and they're getting...
Well, there's that. I mean, from the animal husbandry side of things, when you look at the way that traditional or conventional cows, sheep, pork is raised,
Yeah.
as opposed to farm raising of game meats such as venison and buffalo, the wild meat from the Arctic like the caribou and the muskox.
Yeah.
I mean, those are more, well, they're natural environments.
Right.
So it's really a philosophical difference, I guess, at that stage.
Okay.
But when it comes right down to it, the nutritional benefits of wild farmed game are far superior to conventional protein.
Well, see, that's, I think, probably what a lot of people haven't heard about yet. Can I move that one over and put one more in?
Sure, sure.
Is that going to be okay? I made
Sure,
it. Might
that's
as well,
fine.
right? Okay, and tell me about our fixins.
Well, the fixins, the idea, I put these different vegetables out here, the onion, the cucumber, the tomato, the cheese, the mushrooms. It's really just to show that when you're cooking with game, you can approach it the same way as you would a typical
Right.
barbecue burger, but you're going to add a little pizzazz to your barbecue by
With the
having...
actual burger part of it, right? Which is
Yeah,
nice. You don't often
yeah.
get to do that. Well, I'm going to wash my hands. So
Okay.
we're going to take a
Me
break.
too.
And when we come back, more talking about game with Mark. Don't go away. You got to wash your hands too, right?
Yes, I do.